Tonight on Wildcast, we take a look at the 10-year anniversary of one of the most tragic events ever on U.S. soil. Also, an inside look on one of Tucson's local delis, highlights from the U of A NAU game, and a brief look at someone that hopes to turn the women's soccer team around.
This is Wildcast.
America will never forget the tragic events that happened on U.S. soil. We remember those who lost their lives, as this year is the 10th anniversary of the terrorist attack that changed our country. Carol Ann Scott covers how Tucson honors the 10th anniversary of 9/11 and someone who was in the World Trade Center on that dark day.
On September 11, 2001, terrorists attacked the United States with the World Trade Center as their target. The chaos that ensued changed the lives of many Americans. Jim Campbell was one of many businessmen in the Twin Towers on that Tuesday morning. His story portrays a beautiful day in Manhattan that went awry.
Roughly 8:48, the whole thing changed. Heard three distinct sounds. Had a jet engine wound out as high as it could be, whirling. That lasted about a second, and then had a crash that lasted about a second, and then an explosion that lasted about a second. And we all looked at each other and was like, wow, what's that? It was like a fire drill, sixth grade fire drill, everybody laughing and joking. Got down to about the 30th floor, and that's when we got hit. And the whole tower got punched to the right, and then it rolled back and forth, just rocked back and forth for like 6-7 seconds. So roughly in an hour and 20 minutes or so, I'd gone from sitting in a conference room on the 64th floor to that building not existing anymore.
Many University of Arizona students were too young to comprehend the levity of the events, but even with a decade between then and now, it is important to remember the victims and the courage of the first responders.
For September 11th, it's more about honoring the people that lost their lives, but also understanding and respecting what the first responders have done, what the military has done during the past 10 years.
Tucson Fire Department's Assistant Chief Joe Galata told of the reality of the first responders' dedication and every firefighter's connection to such a tragedy.
These are men and women who walked into hazards that people were evacuating and running away from. Those firefighters went in there with the understanding that it was a good chance that they were not going to come out. 343 of them didn't, including 60 police officers.
The 9/11 attacks are no longer breaking news. But even 10 years from the incident, America strives to remember those who lost their lives. Tucson and the University of Arizona had many events in honor of the 10-year anniversary, including events at Reed Park and the Remembrance and Renewal Concert at Centennial Hall. At the orchestra and choir rehearsal, Tucson Symphony Orchestra's music director, Eric Holton, talks about his reasons for honoring such an event.
I think it's important that we all of us as Americans, just take pause and reflect on this event that affected all of us.
With respect for the fallen and in memory of 9/11, reporting for Wildcast, I am Carol Ann Scott.
Tucsonans honored those who fell on that day in memorials at Reed Park and the U of A. We will never forget. Have you ever heard of anything called freestyle BMX that includes breakdancing while on a bike? Well, Adriana Desiderio explains more about that breakdancing BMXer.
Welcome to Flatland, a place BMX pro Terry Adams calls home. Adams stopped by campus last Wednesday to perform a demonstration while on his college campus tour. Adams rides Flatland BMX, a riding style described as freestyle BMX that mixes artistic cycling with breakdance.
Well, BMX Flatland is the type of riding that I do, and basically it's like it's an assortment of tricks that are like performed on the ground. So it's a very artistic form of cycling, and it's a really endless art form, to be honest. Like, you know, all the pros are kind of doing their own stuff, and people are inventing new tricks by the minute, and it's really just infinite.
After winning countless awards and medals around the world, Adams took a break to travel around the country with Red Bull, one of his sponsors. Adams turned down multiple competitions in order to do the tour.
You know, it's not really an organized demo. It's very under the radar. It's very guerrilla, and it's just kind of Red Bull's way of promoting.
Adams performed some impressive tricks that your average cyclist could only dream of doing. Many of Adams' tricks he made up himself, including this one, the Blender, and this one, Katrina, named after the storm that led to devastation of his home state, Louisiana.
this is a lot less stressful than doing the contest right now. So to take 50 days and do this was it was a no-brainer for me.
Adams takes his sport seriously, but he knows how to have fun with it too. That fact was clear when he told me U of A has some of the best concrete he's ridden on. Coming from a guy who knows his pavement, we take that as a compliment. Reporting at the University of Arizona for Wildcast, I'm Adriana Desiderio.
Terry Adams is traveling around the country and visiting college campuses nationwide to spread the word about Flatland BMX and promote himself and the sport. Adams has been featured in many BMX magazines and is sponsored by many companies including Red Bull. Coming up, a recap of U of A's first football game and a preview of what's in store for women's soccer this season.
I'll be right there.
Thanks, cameraman. You're my hero.
UATV 3 UATV 3 When I turn on the TV, I turn it to channel 3, cause they got all the greatest shows that I've been waiting to see. It's entertaining to me, cause it's pertaining to me and all the other Wildcats in the student body. We're broadcasting live to all the residence halls, so all y'all's in the halls, turn your TVs on to channel 3 for Sheezy, so you can see me and all the other happy people down at UATV 3.
U of A starts out strong with beating the NAU Lumberjacks 41-10 in their first game of the year. Lauren Weinberg has the highlights of how the U of A team pulled it off.
After a rough end to last season, the Wildcats will take on the NAU Lumberjacks tonight for their 2011 season opener. Offensive leaders Nick Foles, Jerron Grinder, and Keola Hanslin only have tonight in order to prepare for their upcoming 5-game stretch, which include powerhouses Stanford and Oregon. Despite a lack of urgency in the first half, the Cats demolished NAU's hopes for an in-state upset. U of A's first possession, Nick Foles connects with Jerron Grinder for an early touchdown, putting the Wildcats up by 7. With seconds to spare in the first quarter, Taimi Totoji rushes to the end zone, giving the Cats a 14-0 lead. NAU's Carrie Grossart finds receiver Ife Umodu to set up the Lumberjacks' first and only touchdown. UA quarterback Nick Foles believes that confidence and chemistry will improve the team's chances of taking down the Pac-12's top dogs.
We just got to keep doing our thing. Just every week, plays are going to change, different things like that. But what our team is what our team is. We're not going to change anything. We're going to continue to work hard, and I think the key for us is play fast and really just believe. I mean, with anything, you got to believe. We got to believe how we're as good as we believe we are, and we go out there and we don't fear anything. That's what guys are going to do, and we're going to play well.
After a loss on the road to Oklahoma State last Thursday, the Wildcats will take on 6th-ranked Stanford on September 17th. For Wildcats, I'm Lauren Weinberg.
The U of A's women's soccer team receives a new assistant coach from a professional soccer team. Allison Lipsher is ready to take on the new season. And here's the story. Charlie Demar has more on this new coach.
Cut! There you go. Yeah. So you're ready for the next one.
The women's Arizona women's soccer team is hoping that new assistant coach Allison Lipsher can help turn their season around. She'll undoubtedly help the team as she is currently professional goalkeeper for the Atlanta Bees. Lipsher is excited about her new opportunity.
It's been great. I mean, top-notch facilities, top athletes. Definitely couldn't ask for anything more. They're a great group of girls. They love working hard. They're always challenging girls in the team to, have to score, have to make their finishing better. So they're doing really well.
Head coach Lisa Oyen is even impressed by Lipsher.
But just the training sessions they have, the mentality, the approach, knowing that she's accomplished a lot of things as a collegiate player, a lot of things as a professional player, and so there's a lot of little intricacies of the game that they can learn from her.
Though women's soccer is off to an 0-4 start, they remain optimistic, as Coach Oyen explains.
I think it's been really good, just the depth that we have on the team this year, so that if a player isn't on or if we have an injury, that we have some very talented players who are coming off the bench. In the past, I don't think we've had teams that are quite so deep.
Watch out for the Cats to see if Coach Lipsher can help the Arizona women's soccer team get their first win at the upcoming Sun Devil Classic.
There we go, good.
Reporting in Berkeley Field for Wildcast, I'm Charlie Demar.
Good. Check it.
The new assistant coach's responsibilities will include working with the team's goalkeepers. The women's team lost to Oklahoma in the final match of the Sun Devil Desert Classic this past weekend. When we return, how a local deli serves up sausage sensations.
When I turn on the TV, I turn it to channel 3, cause they got all the greatest shows that I've been waiting to see. It's entertaining to me, cause it's pertaining to me and all the other Wildcats in the student body. We're broadcasting live to all the residence halls, so all y'all's in the halls, turn your TVs on to channel 3 for Sheezy, so you can see me and all the other happy people down at UATV 3.
Sausage Deli has been serving huge sandwiches for over 30 years. First starting out as an attraction for U of A students, the deli is now drawing people from all over Tucson. Charles Misra has more on these original deli subs.
On the corner of Grant and First Avenue, Sausage Deli has been making huge, appetizing sandwiches for more than 30 years. Over time, it has become a place that Tucsonans have come to know and love.
Well, I've just started coming here this semester, and I like it because it's different than other sandwich places. They make their own kind of their own creative sandwiches.
It has a very unique atmosphere. It doesn't feel like it is local, and it feels local. You know, it's not really corporate feeling. There's just, I don't know. It's just the feel of the place. The atmosphere is nice.
I think the ingredients are really what makes it unique. I mean, when I order food here, I usually order like your basic kind of turkey grinder, stuff like that, but the ingredients really make it there, and they really put together a good sandwich.
Sausage Deli makes its sandwiches with the freshest ingredients, ensuring top quality whether it's a sit-down meal or if you're on the go.
It's just that they make sandwiches that are different, not just, you know, standard, you know, ham, cheese, this and that. Like obviously you've got on this, you've got a couple different types of meat. You've got green bell peppers, onions, pepperoncinis, pepper jack cheese, you know, stuff like that. And their bread is always really fresh and really good too.
Yeah, oh, not the turkey grinder, but it's the turkey club, their version of the club. And it's, I like it, it's good. I like the bacon in it and stuff, and it's one of the few sandwich shops you can get a beer with it too, so it's always good.
Sausage Deli is open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday, so come on down and check out this local gem. For Wildcast, I'm Charles Misra.
If you would like to enjoy a big sandwich, then Sausage Deli is the place to go. Takeout is an option along with inside and outside seating. Thanks for joining us. You can watch us anytime online at uatv.arizona.edu. Lexi Suter joins me next week. Have a great night.